Love the story of Gideon in Judges 6, where he was called to be the leader of Israel despite huge oppression from the Midianites. Gideon was a young person at the time, and he turned around and said, I am nobody, I'm insignificant in the grand scheme of things. Who am I to lead this people in this time of oppression? But God declares over him, you are a mighty warrior. You are a mighty warrior. And he trusts Gideon, and that's what Gideon became. We have the same responsibility to see potential. Now these are things, okay, you might be young, but to grow up into leadership, to spot potential in others, to pass something on. This guy said, each one of us, one of the leaders we respect today, so the people we look up to, people maybe have brought influence in our lives, once was a child whose potential was identified. It was shaped and released by others who preceded them as leaders, teachers, and other agents of influence. Someone took a risk. We had a guy in our Urban Saints group up in just outside Portadown, and as a young person, I'll be honest, there's days where you just wanted to just throw him out, okay? He was just, he tested your patience. He would push you to the limit. Yeah, he just played up every week. But as time went by, there was glimpses of potential, leadership potential. Because everyone's got it. Everyone's got gifts and abilities, about identifying them. And the leadership team just said, right, we're going to invest in him. We're going to give him responsibility. Okay, he's going to mess up. He's going to try us. He's going to test us. But we're going to give him these responsibilities. And he ended up becoming one of our elected leaders, leading Bible studies. He gave his life to Christ. He was developed and released at an early age, 15, given responsibility, and his life was changed and transformed. And he's gone on to change and transform other lives. Because someone took a risk on him and said, yeah, I want to invest in you. And you know, when we say about passing the baton on and investing in people, this is not an hour thing on a Sunday. We think about our youth group. This is about doing life together. This is about me saying, I commit to walking alongside you, investing in you, developing you, giving you opportunities. So he's gone on. So the challenge to us is, what are we going to do? Who are we going to invest in? Doesn't matter what age you are, who are you going to invest in? And so I'm not about making them like you, because you love the story of David and Goliath. And David goes out to fight Goliath, and King Saul pulls him into the armoury and says, here, if you're going to fight this fella, you'll need this. Get that on you, get the armour on you. And do you know what? It didn't fit. It didn't fit. He fell down. It weighed him down. That's the same when we're calling us. We're not putting ourselves onto other people. We're allowing them to be who they are in Christ, and fanning into flame those gifts, those God-given talents and abilities, allowing them to be who they are, to make mistakes, to succeed. We might not agree with some of the things they're doing, and we might stand back and think that's not going to work, but allow them. Try and steer a guide. We're not making clones. You don't see Usain Bolt or whatever you call Blake coming around the corner with a baton, handing it to Usain Bolt, and then charging up after him and taking it back and saying, no, you don't. You give the baton and you cheer them on. And when they make mistakes, you're there to help them through it, pray through it, guide them, and share some of your wisdom. I had a letter from it was a girl called Lisa, who at 18, 19, we had as Urban Saints, we run a team during the summer. We would take anything from 13 to 15 young people into a place called Polglass in West Belfast. It would be quite a nationalist area, quite a troubled area. It'd be Jerry Adams' sort of constituency at the time. So we go into there, and we said, very first year, we'd never done it before, and we said to this 19-year-old, would you lead this team? She says, well, I've never led before. I said, well, are you willing to lead this team? She now works in London with Christian Aid. Now, this is not for any glory of Urban Saints or me or anyone, but she wrote a letter and said, just thank you for taking a risk on me. Thank you for bearing with me when I made mistakes.